The Thames Challenge Cup, Thames Rowing Club, to the left of your picture in the yellow boat, racing away and against De Hoop of the Netherlands. Power of the eights off those start pontoons. Coming off Temple Island, so there's a change in the wind here, Kath, isn't there? You've got the shelter of Temple Island for now, and in the next couple of strokes, suddenly you're exposed to the crosswinds.
There we see a great shot of a really powerful Thames crew. This is the club event. This is what club rowers who work at the same time. These aren't internationals, but they are incredibly dedicated. They train often, at least once a day. They'll be training twice at the weekend. This is what everybody in the rowing clubs up and down the country and across other countries too train for, to have the opportunity to race at Henley and to get to the final.
Molesey won this one last year, club men's eights.
Great shot here of De Hoop. They've had a great week, haven't they? Really powerful. They've got a big squad. They've been here in quite a few different events, so they obviously feel they've been waiting for a few years, I think, to get the strength and depth to come and compete in many different events. But they're already now coming under pressure from Thames.
Thames inching ahead, but only a very marginal lead at this stage. And just a shout out for Frank Vershaw in the 6th seat for De Hoop, nearest the camera, who remarkably became a father to a baby girl in March, and here he is at the start of July racing at Henley. How he's got away with that, I'll never know.
He does say a big shout out to his girlfriend
everybody
to making it possible, so let's make sure we do that.
I think we should. That's a multitasking. He's got a lot on his plate at the moment. I'm sure he's concentrating fully on the rowing.
But he'd like to take back a medal, wouldn't he, to show his baby girl, I'm sure, and for all his effort. But we see a great shot there. I mean, a powerful crew, but they are under pressure. So how far can they, you know, respond, relax, get into the rhythm, get their power on? They are two of the most traditional clubs in the sport. De Hoop is in central Amsterdam, one of the oldest boat clubs that was founded in 1848. And Thames, we think of as one of the most traditional clubs in this country, was actually founded 1860. So huge tradition, and there will be so many people out there watching on the banks and watching at home as well, and welcome to all the members of both of these clubs cheering on your crews. At the moment, it's Thames who have a slight advantage.
Yeah, Thames, who have won 4 of the last 7 years in this particular event, so real domination.
And they're looking dominant at this point of the race as well.
Yeah, looking to make it 5 in 8. That's some effort in the Thames Challenge Cup. You can see the Thames boat now. Daniel Boddington, 31-year-old in the 3 seat. First at Henley Royal Regatta in 2009, and looking for his first silverware at Henley Royal Regatta. So having been knocking on the door since 2009, this could be his moment.
Absolutely, and Max Ridgewell in the 2 seat of Thames. He rode at Eton and lost in the final in 2018 to St Paul's. He then lost the year before that in 2017 to Scotch College. So he's been in finals before. So this will be so important to him to come out on the other side. He will be loving this, Max Ridgewell in the 2 seat, backed up by Ben Thompson at bow.
Yeah, it could be a bit of retribution, a little bit of putting the record straight and having something to show for all the effort over the years for some of these rowers in the Thames boat who have created a massive lead. It's an unusually large lead for this early on in a race on finals day.
It is. You know, what a joy it is to be able to race in a final if you've got that kind of lead. You know, you can really look at them. They're getting stronger and stronger. It feels so good because you're able to relax. You can get the power on. You're able to think about your rhythm. The Cox isn't having to kind of put in extra pushes or anything. So you can often have just a really, you know, your best row and get stronger and stronger throughout. And De Hoop at the moment aren't really near enough to put pressure on. And that feels difficult. You can't see your opposition. You're in pain. You're putting a lot of effort in. And, you know, often the Cox is calling for more. But it looks to me like their rhythm's a little tighter. It's just a little shorter. Whereas Thames are rowing a longer flowing stroke, and the boat just surges in between. It's running further in between each stroke. And at the moment, there just isn't as much run coming off the De Hoop boat.
Well, De Hoop will be feeling those 5 races in 5 days as it is now. They've raced every day since Wednesday. And at the moment, We've got Thames looking fresh and up for the challenge, but in that boat looking a little bit ragged. It's a big lead to turn around, and in these larger boats that travel faster, it's almost mission impossible.
This is why you train so hard through the winter. People say, why do you do these great long outings? Why do you do 20, 24K outings? Why are you on the ergo for an hour or more? And this is the reason why. So you have that base to your fitness. You have that bottom of the pyramid of your aerobic fitness to build on and build the anaerobic capability so that you can come out and put a race together like Thames are doing here.
Yeah, for 5 days in a row to produce this on the 5th is very impressive. Thames Rowing Club came into this as red-hot favourites and have been good for that label. They're in front of stewards now with a colossal lead against De Hoop from the Netherlands. You can just see there Ben Thompson in the bow seat. He'll be first over the line. Providing nothing untoward happens in his last few strokes.
It's so great, isn't it, coming through the stewards to have this feeling. It's great, Jamie Brown, their coach, will be absolutely loving this. What a phenomenal job he has done with this team. I mean, just so supreme. To dominate an event on finals day like this is incredible and is a real testament to the programme that they're doing.
Being roared over the line from stewards' enclosure, Thames Rowing Club win the Thames Challenge Cup again. Matthew Moran, the cox there, slaps the water. Ecstatic scenes in the Thames boat. And for De Hoop of the Netherlands, battling away. Credit to them for the way they performed in this regatta, but the jubilation from the Thames boat there, winning again. They just keep on winning. That's the 5th win in 8 years in the Thames from Thames.
Well, they didn't win the Y-folds, but they were dominant in this event. Absolutely miles ahead. And again, all of those Thames members watching here and on the banks at Henley will be absolutely cheering to the rafters.